What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 5 cool mods for Skyrim Special Edition. So I did mention in yesterday's video that you may be seeing quite a few of these videos over the next few days, simply because we're getting such an influx of mods. The mod tools did just come out. I definitely underestimated how many people would be porting their mods over day one. For reference, on release we had about 100 mods. Then a few days following release we did get the number up to like 300, maybe 400 total. Well, I looked back yesterday in the morning, and then I come back a little later in the day to just check how the mod scene's going. We went from 400 mods to now I think we're almost at 1200. Obviously a lot of these are different versions for PC, Xbox One, and even some for PS4. Regardless, we still got like 200 to 300 new mod releases yesterday, which is absolutely crazy. It's awesome, but you're probably going to be seeing a lot of content from me, which hopefully is not a bad thing. Nonetheless, we got some seriously quality mods in this video, so with all that being said, let's get right into it. So up first, we do have Vivid Weathers. This may be a mod you heard of if you played Fallout 4 or Skyrim. It is one of the most popular mods for those two games, and it actually is my personal favorite as well. I used to like True Storms, but now I do like Vivid Weathers a bit more. So there's a long feature list that I could bore you through, but basically I'll give you the TLDR. There's 3 reasons I really like this mod. First and foremost is actually it changes some things about the visuals. If you look at some of the different lighting, and especially the fires and torches in this game, you'll find they're a little bit more vivid. This mod does again change some different visuals. It's not like a full-on ENB or anything like that, but I just think it spices up the game a little bit and makes some of the different lighting effects in the game just look way better, and I just really enjoy that aspect of it. On top of that, it actually adds in a ton of different weathers. So the mod author is listing 500 different weathers. They're not like 500 totally standalone weathers. Basically what some of the other weather mods out there will do is like, okay, you're gonna have snow, rain, a storm, and then a dust storm and a tornado. This mod doesn't really do that. It actually changes the normal weathers as well. So in this mod you may have 30 different just clear weathers, so that being a sunny day, but there'll be 30 different changes. So there'll be different kind of tones of the sun. Maybe it'll be a little bit cloudy, maybe it'll be a little bit less cloudy. It really gives you variety. Even from day to day you're gonna definitely notice differences in the weather, and I just really like that experience about this. And then last but not least, not as major as some of the other ones, but it actually does change the star textures, so the night sky is gonna look a little bit sharper when you have this mod installed, and personally I just think it's a nice little touch. In my eyes, this mod's kind of like a must download for Skyrim and even for Fallout 4. So obviously for Skyrim Special Edition, it's just going to be at the top of my list. I love using this mod. I think it just makes the game a lot more enjoyable and a better experience, so I definitely recommend you guys check it out. So up next we do have Cloaks and Capes. Basically this adds in, well, as you may have guessed, a variety of different cloaks and capes into Skyrim. There are 3 different cloaks, and those are going to be like those fur heavy things, while the capes are going to be in a bunch of different colors, and obviously being the lighter ones here. It's a pretty simple mod, but it actually makes you definitely have like kind of a royal or just high power feel. When you're walking around with this thing, you definitely feel like you're pretty important, and it's a pretty cool mod to have in the game, especially if you're playing in the northern regions or just where it's much colder. Having this cloak on definitely makes you feel kind of like almost warmer, and it just all around makes your character seem a little bit cooler. So up next we do have Sofia. This is a companion mod for Skyrim. We actually don't really have that many companion mods for Skyrim Special Edition. It's kind of ironic because Skyrim on the PC, the regular version, actually is kind of almost overfilled with companion mods. Like if you look on there right now, the top mods are probably like half of them are companion mods. They're very popular and a lot of people just really seem to enjoy them. Regardless, Sofia is meant to be kind of a funnier, and it's more or less just a fully voiced companion mod.
You have to take me with you, otherwise I might die, and you wouldn't want that on your conscience. Yeah, well, that's because... Okay, fine. If you take me with you, I will make it worth your while. You won't find anyone tougher than me in Skyrim, not to mention as good looking.
We don't really have too many again on Special Edition, so it's pretty entertaining, although expect many more companions to come out. You'll definitely have choices. But again, she's pretty fully voiced. It sounds well. She's funny. If you give her some different alcohol, she'll actually get drunk, and then her character will be a little bit different. She does have a lot of custom voice lines as pertaining to the main quests, so if you're doing some of the main story quests, she will say things relevant to what you're doing at that time, and she's meant to look pretty good. It's not meant to be kind of some of the ugly companions that are available in the vanilla game. All around, a pretty quality mod, and definitely a good way to start off your follower experience. So next up we have Berserk, Dragonslayer, Greatsword. Kind of a weird name. I'm not really sure which one of those is the name. In game, it's just called the Dragonslayer. Basically, it adds in this massive sword to take down different enemies and even potentially dragons with. It does look very cool. It is pretty high quality. Not the highest quality weapon mod out there, but it's just such a unique and cool weapon that I just had a ton of fun using it. Nothing too crazy, but as I did mention in yesterday's video, there aren't like a ton of weapon mods out there. I guess now maybe there are more than before, but nonetheless, this is definitely one of the cooler and more unique weapons. It doesn't feel like anything in Skyrim, definitely giving you that modification feel, so I think it's worth a download for that reason. So last but not least, we have Riverwood Reborn. So this is a very popular mod for Skyrim. Basically, it's kind of an overhaul of Riverwood. It's just really making it a much more enjoyable place to spend time, adding in a smelter, putting some bridges around, and all around just adding some more flora and stuff like that. It's meant to make it a more appealing place and just some place that if you have to spend some time there, you're not going to be pulling your hair out or anything like that. All around, it's a pretty cool mod, nothing too crazy. There's actually a lot of mods like this for Skyrim, and when you use them all together, it actually makes it a much better experience. Because then a lot of these little villages or lesser known places will get a lot more attention and make them into more optimal and fully working settlements. That's gonna pretty much wrap it up for this episode of 5 Cool Mods. I do want to thank you all for the month of October though. Obviously this is November 2nd now, but I just posted my numbers from October. Well, I didn't post them, but they were posted, and well, that was just my best month on YouTube ever. So again, I want to thank you all. I'm gonna make a full video about it, I think later today potentially, but as always, I thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.